welcome to the video analysis about the Intobridge tournament, which was played on Thursday, May 11. Congratulations to Matias and Czeniak to win with an amazing score of 66.29%. I came second with Simon with over 61, and Stefan and Joram took the third place. See that the rest of the ranking was quite close. So for the fourth place, you just needed a little bit above 50%. So definitely a tight tournament with a lot of interesting boards. So let's go through some of them. Board number 1. So if we get a closer look, then we get this one. Okay. So if we play, okay, let's just do some adjustments, and it's north turn with 1 point, it's a pass, and west starts with 15 high card points, so that's a 1 no trump opening, pass from south, and now you're sitting west here with 15 high card points and a 6 card. So with a 6 card, you want to count theoretical losers because you try to search for 12 tricks for a slam here. So 3 in spades, 1 in hearts is 4, queen of diamonds is 5, and the ace of clubs is 6 theoretical losers, which means that you are missing 3 top honors, but 3 of them are queens. So that means that the small heart can be discarded on the 4th spade or a club honor, or it can be finessed with the jack or length, similar with spades, and the diamond queen can drop. So how to approach this hand? You want to transfer this hand, whatever you use, if 2 no trumps or 3 clubs transfer. You might as well bid 3 diamonds, like slamish with a 6 card, but that's more for the beginners, and then you actually cannot show what's important. And what is important is actually to show the shortness from west, if you have a slam invitation. So in here, that would be a full club bid. Try to invite to a slam opposite 15-17, and a reminder, 15-17 hands is like 4 to 5 top tricks, including like aces, kings, and queens. And you should think how many of them are useful to accept or not to accept the slam. And if you look at east hands, the king of spades might be, or probably will be, the queen of diamonds for sure, because that's a trump queen. Partner is definitely missing that in a 6 card, and the ace of clubs. But suddenly the king of clubs, we might have a discard or we might not. We don't know for sure if partner has a small card which we need to discard. The queen of hearts, well, probably if partner has a free card, but then the king of clubs doesn't have a value. And for the jack 10-9, well, it might be exactly the same. So king of clubs, queen of hearts, and all the spade values are only secondary covers, secondary tricks. So you definitely have a minimum with only 3 honors, not 4 shirt tricks. If you have 5 shirt tricks, you just go to a slam. If you have 4 tricks, you accept, so you cube it. In this case, the next cube it will be 4 spades. But that already means that you accept the invitation, so now 4 no trumps will be asking for key cards. But in this situation, if you want to resign, you don't want to end up in 5 diamonds, especially in match points. So after invite to a slam in a minor, direct 4 no trumps should be I have a minimum. I don't want to go to a slam. And everything else should be I have some extra, and you just show the control. So in this case, you could bid 4 diamonds just to give a chance. Anyway, in here, if you reach a slam at the end, so if you show a maximum with east, west will ask for key cards. He will find out 1 plus the queen, so he knows that we will miss a key card. At the end, the slam is based on a spade queen. or because we can dump a spade in the card play on the king of clubs, we can also play that the ace of spades is onside. So pretty good slam. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, it didn't work out. So let's have a look on the scores. 2 times 6 diamonds, 1 times 6 no trumps. Those who played in free no trumps only matters how many tricks you can make, and 11 tricks is from tops. Board number 2. Well, yeah, definitely an interesting one as well. So let's have a closer look. So on this board, East is the first one, and it's like very questionable what to open, and if to open at all. And you have a 7 card suit. You have 8 high card points, but in this case, with an unbalanced hand, a 7 card suit, you should not count high card points, you should count losers. And you have ace king in spades, ace king in hearts, ace king in diamonds, and ace king in clubs. You have 8 losers, but it's not just some losers. It's aces and kings, and 8 of them. And all of your losers might be covered only by honors, either by finessing. Maybe you might discard if partner has ace king in spades or diamonds and you have a discard with 1 small card. You might finesse something, but in order to make a contract on any level, this is how you should count or evaluate these hands. If you have 8 losers, you might have like 5 winners. So just in order to make free hearts, what do you need for that? Like 4 honors. Even 2 honors, you need to go only 2 down. Maybe with a little bit of luck, you might go 1 down. Yet still you go down. And imagine if partner has 3 top cards and you have those queens, they will probably score some tricks in defense. So opponents have nothing and you are pre-sacrificing, preempting something which other opponents have there. Or that you will push and be doubled, or that partner will overbid, and that's like really bad. So don't open these kind of hands. And in the tournaments, everybody opened with starting from 2 diamonds multi, 2 hearts, 3 hearts, or even 4 hearts preemptive. Yes, East-West is non-vulnerable against vulnerable. In some special circumstances it might work, but it just doesn't when partner has a strong hand, or almost any hand. You must be really lucky. So pass this hand and still you will be able to find a contract later on if it's necessary. South has a pass. Now you will open 1 spade. North will pass. Now it's based on your agreements, but you might even bid 1 trump only with this hand. And West with the Ghazali style might actually show 2 clubs to show either extras or a weak hand with spades and clubs. This is 16, so it is spades and clubs, but it has extras. And now with this hand, you can actually show a free hard bid that you have a length in hearts, but you don't have any good values here because you didn't open. So now partner can actually think, okay, so if partner has like 8, 9 theoretic losers, is this enough? And even if in match points you end up in free hearts, this is not the end of the story. You can see that the minimax is 420 for East-West, but what do you need? You need the king of spades onside, you need hearts breaking, you will lose a diamond, and you need to guess the clubs. So if you misguess the clubs, you go down from 4. And if we just have a look actually on the results, then it's quite interesting what we will see. So let's have a look. 140 will be over 50, so more like 70% score. There was 1 unfinished board, not adjusted. But 3 pairs reached for hearts. If you open 3 hearts, partner will just bid for hearts. That's guaranteed. Two pairs went down, one pair made, even opening 4 hearts. Then guessed it right. One pair played 2 hearts after 2 hearts opening, which again, it might be worth to bid with 4 covers, but only a singleton. That's why I don't like to open with a 7-card suit with weak 2, because it's very often good enough opposite singleton honor as well. So plenty of various approaches, but if you want to be on the same page with partner, don't open without any top card. So board number 3, well, let's go through that as well. Okay, so now it's South's turn, and 11 high card points in an unbalanced hand. Well, this hand doesn't look particularly strong because you don't have an ace and you don't have like defensive tricks. But you have clubs and hearts, and both suits are actually lower than opponents' ones in the same rank, like major or minor. And if you are non-vulnerable versus vulnerable, you might have issues to show the hand later on. Although it might be much easier to show the hand in the second round. Yet, match points non-vulnerable, this is fine to open 1 club, but if you don't do that, it's absolutely fine. Now an interesting hand here is with West. You have 6-5 majors, 2-4, 6 theoretical losers, 6-5, so you definitely want to do that. Whatever convention you actually have, and I prefer and I suggest you to use both 2 clubs and 3 clubs to show both majors, while 2 clubs can be only 5-4 or a weaker hand based on high card points. 3 clubs should be a stronger hand based on combination either with shape or good honors, standardly in the range of 6 theoretical losers, which is this hand kind of, but vulnerable, it should more tend to 5 theoretical losers. This is definitely on the edge, to be honest. I don't know what I will use, if 2 clubs or 3 clubs, but 3 clubs is more preemptive here, although more risky in match points being vulnerable. In imps, you might not care that much, because if you don't go down for 500, opponents might have 400 in the game, so you don't lose that much. But even undoubled, if you go down 200, it might be a disaster compared to 150, 130, 110 in any of the minor suits. So for me, it's something in between 2 clubs and 3 clubs. Well, North right now has a super hand, 15 count, 5 card space behind, but singleton heart, so you know that opponents will choose the hearts. Anyway, I like to double here to show that I have points, especially since opponents are vulnerable, and I have aces in the minors. So right now, Ease is in troubles, but he has a stronger preference for hearts, so he will choose hearts, and now it's up to South if he doubles for penalties or not. And it's really tough, since you know that 8 high card points will be probably wasted. I'm not sure. On the second level, I will probably not double here for penalties, because the king is not supported with any middle cards. So you can either pass, or you can bid 3 clubs to show that you have the shape. You don't want to double on low levels. And right now with North, you might ask for a stopper, and South might bid 3 no trumps here. So this might be the bidding how it can go on your table, and if opponents just leads the heart, then East should overtake the 10 and force South to win with the king. Because right now, since South doesn't have a spade to finesse the king, you don't have quick tricks, and you have to play the club finesse, which is off, and opponents will cash 4 hearts and a club. So eventually you will go down. So what happened at the table? At our table, they had the two no trumps as majors, well, which is fine as well, but you have only one bid in a major unless you have the two clubs. Don't use two diamonds of both majors. Use it as diamond preempt. There is no better preempt than two diamonds, simply because opponents have to find two major fits and to find 4-4, 4-4, 5-3, invitational range, game forcing range, part score range. It's impossible to show all of these options. While if two diamonds is based on majors, we either double them, bid our minor, or play free no trumps. That's like super easy to find out, and we have all the levels even to ask on the second level for a stopper and be able to stop in free in a minor. So two diamonds will not preempt anyone. Okay, after two no trumps on third level, vulnerable, we doubled, scored 500, even 800 could be possible, but see that three no trumps after a heart or a spade lead might be gave away. One pair managed to beat it after the 9 of hearts. They managed to take their 5 tricks, and two pairs played actually in clubs after only one spade overcall in one situation, and two hearts as two suitor, hearts plus another suit ended up in 6 clubs. So yeah, that was a little bit misunfortunate with wasted points in hearts, spades, and the king of clubs offside. So a little bit unfortunate that 6 clubs were not making. Board 4, again, quite interesting. So let's have a look and bid with me. So as West, you open 1 diamond. That's almost an automatic bid in every system. And with North, you stand in the decision if you overcall or not, because you are vulnerable. But you have a void in heart, and yeah, I can imagine anything from part score throughout the game up till the SAM. So I'm okay to overcall 3 clubs here to show the preemptive character. If I bid 2 clubs being vulnerable, I actually would like to have an opening hand, so defensive values as well, because we might bid the game on our own, while 3 clubs is really just preempt. So with an East hand, 5 for majors and 14, no, you have 16 high card points. But again, you need to realize what points you have. Queens. Queens, king of clubs, behind, but probably wasteful values. So what you can do is either to bid 3 hearts as forcing, or you can double for takeout. You probably don't mind if partner passes with clubs and no major, so that might be a little bit better bid than just bid 3 hearts and hope it works, because what will partner bid after 3 hearts if he doesn't have a club stopper? It's really tough. This way he can just bid 3 downs. I have no good bid. Pass has a weak hand, but since East is forcing to a new suit on 3rd level, this should be like forcing to game or a very invitational hand. So now everything kind of should be forcing here, including 3 hearts, 3 spades. So, but with full majors and singleton club, you have 3 good honors. You have Jack 10-9 in hearts, which opposite a full card is very useful as well. So you actually want to show both majors with full clubs. And now it might get interesting, because East might suddenly feel that he has a great hand, that he wishes to play more. But right now it's actually quite tough to ask for key cards in the right and the proper suit, because you don't know which suits you have. So there might be a very useful agreement that the 4 no trumps might be in these cases key card for the lower suit or the higher suit. It's up on a discussion, but it's really hard. The easier way actually is not to bid key cards at all, because you need all 2 or all 3 suits. And it's more important to think theoretical losers than just high card points and key card. So as East, you have missing Ace King in spades, Ace King in diamonds, and Ace of clubs. That's 5 good honors. It's quite guaranteed that North, with an vulnerable overcall, has the Ace of clubs. So you are missing 1 honor, Ace for sure. So in order to have a slam, you actually need Ace King from partner. And that's a lot. And yet the slam might still not be there, because spades might split badly. They might get club rough, or even hearts might split 4-0. So in these cases, especially in match points, my suggestion to you is don't try to reach a slam, because on many tables the bidding might be different and people will just stay in the normal contract, and you might just get 1 extra trick in the card play. If you make 12 tricks, well, it probably wouldn't be a 0. While 6 hearts down 1 or down 2 will definitely be really close to 0. So don't rush. If opponents preempt, especially vulnerable, the distributions might be goulash. Look how the Jack of Hearts might be important, because hearts really break 4-0. If spades would break 4-1, then the slam will be off, even if the Queen of Diamonds is a king or a King of Clubs is an ace. And that would be like way better hand in both cases. So don't do that. So now if we have a look what happened, 10% for bidding the slam. C1 pair even didn't find a game, but 3 pairs just scored 80% to play a laydown full hearts +1. I would feel quite robbed if I would be sitting north-south on this table. Okay, board 5. Yet there might have been another interesting bidding, but I will not go entirely through. We had a really interesting bidding, but I decided to open this 1 club. I regret it immediately when I opened it, because I felt like this hand might be good enough to open a club, and if partner bids a heart, I can jump to 3 no trumps, because I have 9 playing tricks. Anyway, I really wanted to show that I have a strong playing hand. So in our style, it's 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 3 clubs, and now 3 clubs shows a 1 suitor, and that's a very important thing, that it shows just a 1 suitor. So South usually bids honors. In here, Simon decided to bid 3 spades, which was the worst case scenario for me. If partner has spades, then what do I do with those minors I didn't want it to declare from my side? That's why I kind of opened 2 clubs and hoped that if partner bids after 3 clubs 3 diamonds or 3 hearts, I will bid 3 spades, and a partner will bid 3 no trumps to protect his honors. Well, after 3 spades, I just felt, let's close my eyes and bid 3 no trumps. This is match points, and I have 9 tricks. 10-9 in hearts might be helpful. But partner kept bidding, so at the end, we ended up in 6 no trumps. Opponents doubled, which is understandable in 6 spades, since you have an ace, king, queen, and a spade trick. But in 6 no trumps, it's actually so much pressure on East to find the right lead, because if he leads a heart, you will get an extra entry and dump the diamond loser. But if opponents lead diamonds, then we will go down badly in 6 no trumps. So this was a top 0 sequence at our table, because the rest ended up in 4 spades, 3 no trumps. See 1 club, 1 spade, 2 diamonds, kind of a reverse. 2 spades, I guess forcing 1 round. 3 hearts, 4 suit, 3 no trumps. I like that bidding. This is actually what I might suggest if you don't want to jump to 3 no trumps, and after 1 spade I would not. I actually want to push partner to play no trumps. So I really like this bidding. Board 6, there was, you see the results from 1 no trump, 2 no trumps, 3 no trumps, different amount of tricks. So a lot of things what you can consider, but I think what's the key here is what to open with each hand. If you open a no trump or if you open a diamond, my preference is do not open 1 no trump with both major doubletons unless it's both honors. So this is on the edge. But the other thing is that you should think how many tricks you bring, and you definitely need to establish the diamond suit in 3 no trumps. And well, you have 4 really good clubs, so you can get an extra length trick or a club trick based on a finesse. So this hand is way stronger than just 1 no trump opening. It produces more tricks, so I would bid this hand stronger. I will open 1 diamond. If partner bids a major, I will just jump to 2 no trumps and bid this as 18-19 balanced. So then we will reach a game, and then it's all about guessing king jack in diamonds. So the diamond position is the key, how many tricks you actually make. Board 7, various contracts, but a lot of players went down, see that there is no contract at all, and the clubs break really badly, so difficult bidding, difficult card play at the end, but you should be at the table to try to figure that out with these distributions. Board 8, I would say a really boring board. Some people makes it interesting because they somehow like the west hand or the support. What I want to stress here, if partner shows a 5-5 suit and you have a free card support in one and a singleton in the other one, it's not good enough. It's actually a bad hand, because all the strategies or most of the strategies are based on establishing the side suit, and 5-1 suits are the most difficult to establish. So 4 spades was just disasters after 2 rounds of trumps. Then East couldn't do anything and go 3 down minimum, so 500 would be the same 0 as 1100. So not a good sacrifice. So remember that 3 card fit and a singleton not good, 4 card fit and a singleton better, 4 card fit doubleton honor the best, doubleton ace, doubleton king, that's the best, even small doubleton, or a 5 cards and a singleton is safe because you can ruff 3 times safely. Okay, next board, I would say relatively boring, which you can see also from the results. Even on 6 tables, you cannot get a board where you just have one same score. Even here, you should just play 3 no trumps, which is a standard score for 10 or 11 tricks. Board 11 was really might be actually interesting. So let's have a look. So South is on the lead, so as South you are passing with a balanced 10 count. But now as West, you have 20 high card points, about a 5-4 distribution. And yeah, the majority of players open 2 no trumps, which I'm not saying is like really bad. But with these 2 suitors, where you need to establish the length suits in diamonds and hearts, most likely losing a trick, your short values with spades and clubs doesn't give you that much chances in no trumps. So I actually prefer to open this 1 diamond because it might be good to play this hand from my partner's side. I don't need to protect basically any honors, and my goal is to find a hard slam. And if I open 2 no trumps, I show like 6 good honors. So ace of clubs, ace king in diamonds, king of hearts, king of spades, that's 5. The queen of spades, that's might be the 6th honor trick. And still you have 2 doubletons, a 5 card. So this hand 5-4 has way more potential than just 20 count. And I'm definitely not a fan of 2 no trumps opening balanced. I just changed my mind recently that even 2 clubs opening is way better, because exactly opposite these kind of hands where partner has a useless values, you can find out a part score in trumps which will be way better than 2 no trumps, and that's what actually happens. So if you open 1 diamond, if you open 1 diamond, then North will probably just go 1 spade. East doesn't have anything, and South will raise to 2 spades. 4 triple free, not really good values to invite to a game here. But now definitely West wants to bid, so he will double, and North might bid 3 spades. And it's questionable here, because with an unbalanced hand you want to be third level. You don't want to let opponents play in 3 diamonds, 3 hearts. So now it's really questionable. What do you do with West? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 theoretical losers, non-vulnerable. You might double one more time. If partner bids full clubs, you will have a tough decision. So in match points, you might just give up. Very difficult board. Later on, if you open 2 no trumps, well, it's not that difficult, but look at the scores. So 4 pairs did, and they either went 2 or 3 down, and it was not such a difficult defense for North-South. For 20% for your side. So even if you end up, okay, let's not discuss even the 5 clubs, but see that if you just let opponents play 3 spades, and they either make or you beat it by a trick, you get 80% score. So what can you get from this analysis is you don't always have to bid. Sometimes it's good to let opponents play. Okay, board 12, yet again an interesting hand. What is actually interesting here is what to do with your opponent's opens 1 no trump, well, strong, weak, whatever, and you have a strong hand. So you have a 16 count, 4-4-4-1. You just don't want to let opponents play in 1 no trump undoubled. It's just no way. But now what to do, and very often your system dictates you to do, and I'm not a big fan about having a double to show minor and a major. There are several reasons. The first one is that this defense doesn't work against weak no trumps or mini no trumps. You just need to have the power double, the takeout double, because opponents are more preempting you than not. So that's where you want to have the strong double, and if you change against weak, strong, it's very easy to do a mistake. Also over strong no trump, 1 no trump double to show minor, major, well, it didn't preempt anyone. 1 no trump double, and now East, if this double shows minor and major, will just have a statement and transfers. Then still North-South doesn't know which suits it kind of is, so it's very hard for South to go third level and risk. So if anything you should take from this board is a structure where I suggest and I play in my system that against all no trumps is the same, and double is showing points, punitive. So it's like the same amount of points I have. Against weak no trumps is a bit stronger. Might be weaker with good leads, source of tricks, because it's more like a penalty double. 2 clubs is majors from both sides, and from the direct overcall position, So in this position, 2 diamonds and 2 hearts are transfers. There are 2 reasons why it is better than 2 diamonds multi and 2 hearts, 2 spades major minor. Well, the reason one is that major minor, well, you know, either you will not play at all or you just want to play in 2 in a major. So major minor only tells opponents your shape and how they should defend, and they might double you. The other reason is that if you overcall 2 hearts, 2 spades, the lead goes towards the strength, which is the worst thing. If you transfer and South accepts the transfer, now the strong no trump leads, and he is very often, like this case, he's very often end played from trick 1. So you are gaining tricks by only positioning the contract to the right side. And the third benefit actually is that if opponents play a weak no trump or mini no trump, you might have the strong shapy hand or even strong hands where you don't want to double, you just want to bid your suit and then you want to show the shape later on. Guess what? If you bid 2 diamonds multi or 2 hearts, 2 spades major minor, it might be passed out, so you don't have another chance. While if you transfer, partner accepts with a minimum, you already know partner doesn't have an invitation. You can just show the second suit, which shows strength and shape. Very simple, but very effective bidding. And you even have the 2 spades opening. 2 spades overcall, which you can play whatever you like. I like to play it with 4 spades and 5 plus minor. So actually people will double with these hands, but I'm in 2 spades. And with hearts and a minor, I don't want to intervene. I don't want to tell opponents what I have, because it will be easier for them to play. Because with hearts and a minor, I cannot win the bidding, or I will win the bidding too high, and that might be already too much. So I believe that this no trump analysis will help you. There will be definitely a full coverage video on my website sooner or later, because this is a very interesting topic to think why you play what defense. And because it has been already a lot, I will just end up here with this lecture, which standardly you will play minimum you will pay $25 if you are, or pounds if you are in UK and US. So if you just become a member of Bridge Academy, you can actually have all these contents. Well, I hope not free, because we need to live from something and support the website. But for €10 per month, you can get this content basically for free and all this knowledge. So here you go, this is the website. If you just get to the member section and you log in, registration is for free. You can immediately get more content and just look at the daily videos, which are based on this but much shorter. I'm discussing only one hand. Or you can go through the bidding things. Now we're doing videos about hand evaluation, and that can actually improve your game the best if you just go through, if you read the text, if you're a reader. If not, just watch the video and get the idea how to properly evaluate the hand. See you next time, guys. And next Thursday it might be the tournament play without Milan, because I will be in the Lillehammer for the Mauritshuis tournament. Bye bye, guys.